Hi, today we will talk about trends in accessories using the example of fashion shows Fall/Winter 2025 to 2026. There are time codes below the video for your convenience. So, let's get started. Knitted hats are a standard option for winter. Basic models are knitted with a smooth texture or ribbed. They either completely fit the head or are slightly loose at the back. Simple and without unnecessary details, they easily complement, perhaps, any look, with a coat, down jacket, fur coat, sheepskin coat in any style. Such a base will always be relevant. If you like it, but want to take a step towards trends, choose a more voluminous model of large knitting with a more noticeable relief. Fur hats are one of the warmest models. At the same time, it is a colorful accessory and a stylish accent of a winter look. Natural and artificial fur is the choice of those who value elegance. Fur hats will look good with long coats and high-heeled boots, a retro chic look, with parkas in everyday life, with fur mittens and a scarf. Cloche hats and hats with brims. For those who like to experiment with their style, we recommend paying attention to hats. In the new season, brands are betting on strict hats that can be incorporated into both evening and business looks. This is due to the return of the neo-bourgeois style to fashion. Kepis. In 2025, the cap is back in the spotlight. You can combine the cap with coats, voluminous leather jackets and short fur coats. Don't be afraid to experiment and combine caps with different styles. This is your chance to create a unique and memorable look. Bonnets, hoods and balaclavas. Minimalistic models of hoods look stylish and feminine. But if you want to choose something bolder, then you should pay attention to balaclavas. This headdress definitely plays two important roles at once. It is not only an expressive accent in the image, but also unique protection from the wind on frosty days. Berets. In the world of fashion, the beret almost always becomes a reference to the French style. When paired with an elegant coat, a graceful dress or a feminine suit, it only adds more charm to the outfit. Headbands. This accessory is not only able to hide unruly hair and an unsuccessful hairstyle, but also to add the finishing touch to your look. A headband is an elegant and practical accessory for women that combines style and functionality. Fur scarves, collars. This fall, along with the already familiar wool scarves and shawls, fur scarves and collars are very relevant. We are not talking about snap-on fur collars, but about separate, independent products. Many are already familiar with fur collars tied with ribbons, tie fur collar. I would not wear a fur scarf with a fur coat, perhaps it would be too much. It will look much better with clothes of a smooth texture. For example, with a wool coat or a down jacket. But this is not necessary. You can try combining it with a leather jacket, cardigan or sweater, with an elegant suit or even a dress. Panamas. A winter Panama can go with a bright oversized down jacket, a colorful fur coat, a comfortable tracksuit, at least. However, many other combinations are possible. Create them to suit your style. Baseball caps. Don't want to part with your baseball caps when the cold weather arrives? No need. Winter collections feature insulated versions of your favorite headwear. Scarves and shawls. This headdress is absolutely universal. It protects from the cold often even better than a hat, and also gives room for fashion experiments, because you can always tie a scarf in different ways. It goes well with all types of outerwear. Choose models with prints, striped, with an animalistic pattern, with an abstract print, with graffiti inscriptions and other trendy motifs. Gloves. The most fashionable women's gloves of the new season are bright leather models. Choose any color according to your mood, or even several. We wear red, mustard, blue, purple, grass green. The trend for colored gloves only continues. Such a detail will not get boring for another year. Don't forget about knitted options, which will look good with any outerwear. Every woman should have such an accessory. It is also very relevant to wear bracelets and watches over long gloves. Bracelets. The trend of last season continues, bracelets on both hands so that from a distance they resemble cuffs, like a shirt or sweater. Large bracelets remain relevant. These are laconic accessories without unnecessary decor, cast from smooth metal or made of plastic. Such will easily become a stylish accent even in the most basic image. If you are looking for a really interesting bracelet, pay attention to the figured models. Lines, circles, spirals, complex interweaving, all this will give the jewelry a special charm. Do not write off the eternal classic, chains. These can be barely noticeable models of bracelets with fine weaving, which gracefully emphasize the wrist, and more massive options, creating a spectacular accent in the image. Chains can also be decorated with decor, precious stones, engraving, or pendants. While it's cold, we recommend wearing these fashionable bracelets right over your clothes, turtlenecks, long sleeves, or shirts. A stylish and effective look is guaranteed. Earrings. Earrings for a woman's face are like a frame for a painting. For several years now, asymmetrical earrings have been seen on the catwalks. They can differ in size, color, or even shape. You can try combining earrings of completely different styles in one look. Listing the trends of 2026, one cannot fail to mention floral jewelry. Earrings can resemble any flowers, and can also be made of different materials, metal, plastic, or fabric. Large earrings are undoubtedly a trend in the coming season. Here, there is a play on contrasts. The larger the earrings, the more elegant and miniature the facial features seem. It is best to pay attention to lightweight materials, plastic, textile, plexiglass. Long earrings often take on the functions of earrings, a necklace, and even a little blouse collar. Elegantly falling down, they playfully sway in the wind and gait. They can be thin and elegant, or they can contain many decorative elements, butterflies, beads, petals. Brooches. Maximalism rules the jewelry world in the coming season, and massive brooches, which are experiencing a fashion renaissance today, are proof of this. On the catwalks of this season, as in the season before, designers pinned them everywhere. On the neckline of a formal dress, on a jacket, on gloves, sweaters, and dresses. A brooch is a stylish accessory that, if used correctly, can successfully complement your look. Chokers and chains. Chokers are still relevant this season, with large stones, made of fabric or decor. They go well with business attire and festive suits. Look for a couple of items to be on trend. A necklace will always remain an elegant, bright, and very attractive decoration that adds a special chic and expensiveness to any outfit. Floral motifs, pearls, plastrons with beads and polymers are also in demand. They can be skillfully combined with casual, hippie, retro-style clothes. In the coming season, massive and heavy chains on the neck will also be in trend. Such jewelry will perfectly suit almost anything, be it a leather jacket, a knitted warm sweater, or a dress with a deep neckline. Longer versions of neck jewelry perfectly stretch the image and can be complemented with pendants and necklaces made of pearls, wood, and other precious stones. Do not forget that the effect of layering is also relevant in jewelry. Bold combinations and daring solutions will certainly decorate your everyday look. Another fashionable accessory for 2025 is wide belts and straps. Moreover, many brands rely not just on massive options, but on truly hypertrophied ones. A wide belt is already quite an accent in itself, so we advise you to take into service options without unnecessary decor and basic color. Belts with a tie are also relevant. Accent belts with a print, metal belts, belts of bright colors, and large buckles were also presented on the catwalks. You can also pay attention to belts with buckles with decor. They can have rhinestones, stones, or pearls. The main thing is to wear them with the simplest clothes, otherwise, the outfit can turn out overloaded. Thin belts will remain the most versatile and popular in 2026. They will easily fit into any look and are unlikely to go out of fashion anytime soon. So a thin belt will definitely become a long-term investment in your wardrobe. Chain belts are back in the belt trends for 2026. The chain itself can be either large and wide or thin and laconic. The latter will look especially stylish paired with elegant dresses or skirts. For several years now, double or even triple belts have been on the trend list. They transform basic outfits and emphasize the silhouette. From a utilitarian accessory, socks have evolved into a fashion statement in their own right, which can be worn with any footwear, from stilettos to ballet flats and sandals. Investing in unusual and bright socks, knee-highs and stockings now means adding something truly fashionable to your wardrobe. Designers themselves are playing with textures and silhouettes on the catwalk, from thick knits to translucent models that gently gather at the ankles and calves in casual folds, creating a relaxed effect. Accent tights are always a statement of extravagance of the woman who wears them. Such a fashionista will be looked at twice as carefully. So when choosing tights, make sure that all other clothes match the image and do not make it too flashy. Fishnet tights, for all their beauty and tenderness, will not suit everyone. Firstly, it is difficult to imagine a pattern that will make legs look fuller than lace. Secondly, this type of product requires a lot of attention when creating an image. Interesting mixes. Combine the incompatible. It seems that this is the motto of modern trendsetters. A stylized scarf tied over the most ordinary baseball cap, or a scarf tied under a Panama hat and beret will be very fashionable. Now we wear two hats at once. The cold is definitely not scary for us. In the coming season, designers have shown how to accentuate the chest even in the cold season. The accessory can be worn as an independent item of clothing on a naked body for a special occasion, or as an addition to the chosen image. For example, on top of a lingerie-style dress, on a turtleneck, or under a jacket. Such an item of clothing is for bold, relaxed, and self-confident girls. You can always watch the full video with the shows of the above-mentioned designers on my channel. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like and stay unforgettable.